Good morning. As promised, we are visiting Oran City. Oran, often called Oran the Radiant, is the second largest city in Algeria, after the capital, Algiers. It is a vibrant port city located on the Mediterranean coast in the northwest of the country. Oran is internationally famous as the city where rhyme music originated. The Algerian folk music genre, which combines traditional sounds with Western electric beats, is a significant part of the city's cultural identity. Located on the northwest coast of Algeria, Oran is an essential port city and commercial center on the Mediterranean Sea. We are in Place d'Armes, officially the place November 1st, 1954, which stands as the architectural and social heart of Oran, a grand rectangular space that perfectly encapsulates the city's colonial legacy. It is an example of French urban planning featuring wide, tree-lined borders and a central fountain. Dominating the square's eastern side is the majestic City Hall. Its new Moorish facade, flanked by two bronze lion statues, a nod to the city's name, Place of Lions, creates an impressive and formal presence. Directly opposite stands the elegant regional theater of Oran, a beautiful testament to the 19th century performance arts architecture. Stretching eastward from the Grand Cemetery of the place November 1st, 1954, the primary avenue slices through the heart of Oran's new city. Here the city's unique planning is undeniable, expressed with the uniform limestone facades of imposing colonial apartment blocks. These six-story buildings, adorned with wrought iron balconies and grand arched doorways, stand shoulder to shoulder, creating a continuous, monumental urban canyon. The dense architecture and high foot traffic make the road naturally feel tight and crowded. This congestion is now amplified by the modern intrusion of the tramway of Oran. Its sleek silver rails run directly down the center of the avenue, a vibrant contemporary line cutting parallel to the historic sidewalk. The contrast is sharp. Trams glide efficiently past decaying yet beautiful 19th century storefronts, symbolizing a city perpetually caught between its radiant past and its urgent need for modern mobility. This journey takes us from the colonial heart of the new city to the spectacular seafront, officially the National Liberation Army Boulevard. The entire strip is a magnificent testament to Oran's status as a major port city. It is a wide, elevated promenade, lined with stately palm trees, providing breathtaking, unobstructed views across the commercial port, the deep blue Mediterranean, and most majestically, the great arc of the Bay of Oran, culminating in the peaks of the Aidor mountain and the Spanish built Fort Santa Cruz. The colonial architecture continues here with large imposing buildings housing offices and residences that face the sea, a truly grand entrance to the city from the water. Right where the city's main axis meets the seafront, you find the regional theater, an architectural masterpiece completed in 1907. Don Quixote de la Mancha is compelling connection to Oran's Spanish past. While the famous line of La Mancha refers to the region in Spain where the fictional Don Quixote lived, the author Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra had a very real and intense connection to Algeria and the Oran region's Ottoman rival Algiers. The presence of the Instituto Cervantes in Oran today, hosting cultural events related to Spanish culture and literature, keeps the city's deep historical Spanish-Algerian link alive. In World War II, Oran was one of the primary targets for the Allied landings in North Africa, and it was captured by U.S. forces in Operation Torch 1942. The journey along the National Liberation Army Boulevard begins at the cultural nexus marked by the Regional Theater, a classical palatial structure that acts as a formal gateway between the commercial city center and the open sea. Immediately, the boulevard asserts its monumental scale. It's a wide raised avenue designed for both parade and promenade, providing an elevated vantage point above the bustling harbor below. Looking seaward, the view is dominated by the port of Oran, a sprawling kinetic landscape of cranes, containers, and ships symbolizing the city's foundational economic role. Beyond the harbor activity, the vast deep blue expanse of the Mediterranean stretches out, often merging with the sky on the horizon. To the immediate northwest, across the water, the imposing profile to the Ador Mountain and the Fort Santa Cruz provides a constant spectacular backdrop, a reminder of the city's contested history, visible from almost every point along the seafront. The land side of the boulevard is defined by an uninterrupted wall of stately, multi-story French colonial buildings. These structures were designed with elegance and permanence in mind, and to showcase the wealth and ambition of the colonial administration. Their facades often feature ornate cornices, repetitive arcades, and continuous row of balconies, many now glassed-in, that maximize the stunning sea view. These buildings house various administration offices, old apartments, and new modern Algerian commercial enterprises. As one progresses eastward, the road maintains its grand sweep, tracing the curve of the bay. The atmosphere shifts subtly from the formal governance near the theater to a more commercial and leisure focus. The wide unlined sidewalks are a favorite spot for the workers in the city. Here the sea breeze is constant, offering a relief from the heat of the inner city, and the perspective on the port continually changes, offering new angles on the maritime industry. The boulevard culminates in the large, bustling intersection known as the Savannah Roundabout. The Savannah Roundabout is named in honor of Ahmed Savannah, one of the key figures and martyrs of the Algerian War of Independence, who was executed by the French. The roundabout is often flanked by significant structures, including the Wilaya Prefecture building, emphasizing its importance as a center of contemporary civic life. It marks the formal end of the grand ceremonial seafront promenade and the gateway to the city's industrial and residential east. From here, we are moving away from the coastal expanse. The road immediately passes the extensive complex of the Wilaya, the provincial government headquarters, which underscores the area's importance as a central administrative zone. The architecture here tends to be sturdy and administrative, often built in the mid-20th century, contrasting with the more ornate colonial facades of the Place November 1st, 1954. Continuing south, the road leads us to the Frère Ould Ahsan roundabout. This is a major busy junction that acts as a pivot for traffic moving between the central city and the southern access roads. It is a point of intense traffic management where Oran's energy is palpably felt in the constant flow of cars, taxis, and public transport. We take the fourth exit onto Rue Frère Ould Ahsan. This directional move confirms our trajectory into a busy functional corridor of the city, typically characterized by mixed-use buildings, commercial ground floor, beneath residential units. The street culminates with the landmark presence of the Bel Air Hotel. Passing in front of this establishment signifies our passage through a key commercial and hospitality artery. Hotels like the Bel Air serve as important orientation points and symbolize the continuous Bahrain business and visitor traffic that flows through Oran. We have now traveled from the seafront into a key central commercial zone. We proceed from the Bel Air Hotel further south toward the transport hubs, or west toward the popular Medina Jdida district. I hope you have enjoyed the ride up to here. Thanks for watching.